Hey guys, sorry about that last video. I know my Lepic build that I actually just posted, the Ultimate Lepic, was not recording my audio. I was having issues with it. I did get it fixed, so hopefully this does work. Um, Now, last time I did have Ultimate Lepic, but I do have him fully leveled up. This is just a basic Lepic. Um, the purpose of this video is just to show that you don't have to have a fully built Lepic in order to still do damage. I've seen multiple videos of Lepic builds where they're always saying that, oh, this is the best Lepic build, but they never have an actual like starter Lepic build where you can still do damage if you don't have all of the materials for your resets and everything along those lines. Um, so this is what I'm going to show you. Right now I'm at 48. I don't have any activators. I haven't reset him whatsoever. And again, this is my basic Lepic. Which I don't know if I'll actually be able to see it on here because he's not an ultimate. So Firearms Master is the one I'm talking about. You do get it from a hard mode boss. That is a good mod to get if you are not there yet. This build will still be perfectly fine. Now it is a glass cannon build. I'm sure you've seen multiple videos of similar builds, if not maybe even the same one. Mid-air maneuvering or literally anything you want here is acceptable. My mid-air maneuvering on this character is just the basic one, so it's only giving me, um, let's see, 48, 50, 58, so it's giving me 10 points. Now, when you do upgrade this or have like this little emblem on here, so it'd be the 3 bars, it would give you an extra 5 points on here. So that does help out quite a bit. You'd be at 63. But the first two, and this is for any build you want to do where you want to have crit damage, crit hit chance, all that stuff, you want to always have skill concentration and skill insight. These are the two that I would recommend leveling up first. Once you have these in here, these are 16 costs, obviously. If you do have the emblem for it, it will drop down to 8, which obviously gives you more points. So because this is a basic Lepic, these two, I believe, are constant with basically all the Lepics. It could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these two are the exact same. So you can stick one here. It doesn't matter which one because they're both the same cost, both the same emblem. But what this does is it's giving you 115, and this is when it's maxed out, mind you. 115.4% critical hit damage along with 115.4% crit hit rate. With Lepic's ulti overkill, that's what you're looking for. You want as much crit hit rate and crit hit damage as you possibly can to be able to melt these bosses. And again, you can use anything here. Mid-air maneuvering I enjoy just because the mobility of it, I don't have to look for a ledge to grab or anything like that. I can attach to the sky and be perfectly fine. The second thing I would do, so we're at 24 points. That's with our basic one that starts and then our 16 cost. Again, you're probably not going to have a 16 cost. If you do, cool. If not, no big deal. It's just something you have to work on. The second one I would ultimately get would be, it'd be max power. Now what this does, max power, it gives you your skill power. So obviously overkill will benefit from this a substantial amount. So 96.1% more power, so you're increasing your damage here. This one is obviously a 16 cost. We don't have any basic mods starting out. Again, all these are maxed out. So I'm at 40 out of 58. The other two you can do instead of max power right away is front lines and emergency measures. Emergency measures is going to be your crit hit damage, crit hit rate, so you can throw that one in there, but you're going to be maxed out. Now, if you didn't have maximum power and stuck in front lines, you're right at that cusp, okay? These are the four I would recommend personally. You can always put in, let's say, emergency measures you have in here, and then throw in max power. That way you're getting your crit hit damage, getting your crit hit rate, and then also adding some oomph to your actual attacks. this is essentially what I was trying to explain in my other video, but obviously it wasn't working with the audio. Um, this build right here with these four maxed out does about 1.1 to 1.2 million damage per hit per ball. You can get, I want to say, I think you can get 4 or 5 off if I remember correctly. Um, but obviously that's based off of what you currently have. Now, if I save this, if you go in here and you press W, if you're on PC, you're going to see your actual crit hit damage has skyrocketed along with your hit rate. So you have a 42% just with those four mods. Skill power modifier is almost a 1 times the damage. So the other thing that affects damage is not in the shop, obviously, um, is our modules. So our modules play a big part in our damage. What you're looking for is going to be your burning phase reactor. The reason why is because you're looking for where it says fire skill power boost ratio and tech skill power boost ratio, because overkill is a tech skill. Now, you'll look at this at the bottom and you'll see all the negative numbers and stuff because it's comparing it to what I have currently here. But as you can see on this one, it's not really going to benefit my character. It does have the tech, but it doesn't have the burning. And I do have the weapon, which is the devotion mounting. That's the check mark. Okay. So that will obviously give me that extra 150%, which is why my overkill on the bottom right on the Z key is 21,000. Now that can be up to 27,000. Let me see what reactor I currently have. I think it's this one. So Greg's your first rate. What you want on this is skill crit hit damage. You would like to get it in gold, but if you can't, purple works perfectly fine. Even blue isn't super terrible, but I wouldn't recommend getting a blue one unless it's skill crit hit damage and skill crit hit rate, just because it increases your damage substantially and the chances of hitting your crits. So when I put that on, I will not see that. So Greg's reverse fate is not on there. If that ever happens, just go into your guns. I would just transfer it up here. It should update the module, and there it is. Now you see my overkill at 27,1352. So that's going to increase my damage. And it's got fire skill and tech skill. These right here, Slayer is the better one for this one. You can use like a durability if you, or not durability, what is it again? It is, now mind you, all these named mods and everything are going to drop from hard mode bosses, so if you're not there yet, don't worry, you can use whatever benefits you. The only reason we use them is because of the set effects. With the Slayer, you're going, if you have all four, it's going to give you, obviously in the bottom left, rounds per mag. You're really not going to be using your gun too often if you can burn the boss down, but being early game, you're not going to be able to burn the boss down right away. Your skill cost, it does increase how much it's going to cost to cast your ability, but it's minuscule compared to your skill power. So your skill power gets 26.1%. So that's always good. Now on these, you're going to want where it says max MP, you're going to want to try to get as a Slayer set. I wouldn't recommend using even 2 of the Slayer set. I would use something else like Annihilation set. You get a little bit more skill durability or duration. And you can also get the Force set. This is also dropped from Devour, where it says firearm attacks proportionate. So basically, if you lose HP, you get basically a skill boost or attack. Sorry, firearm attack. Just look whatever helps the best. So max. Sorry about that. My recording just cut out for a minute. Okay, like I was saying, when Slayer set is dropped from Pyro, he is a hard mode boss. He's just after Devour. He's not super bad, but I would recommend having a little bit of a group that you're consistent with, because a lot of pub matches are a little, let's just say a little difficult. ultimately, that's kind of like your starter build, okay? Now, once you have these four, let's just say you have all four of these maxed out with your mid-air maneuvering, um, again, I would always go to front lines and just throw front lines in here. That would be your next best one in my opinion. Now, all these up here, you're going to see a lot of them. Now, if your character is too squishy, you don't like it, he will be very squishy, just mind you. He is a glass cannon build. Now, if you want some extra defense, you can put iron defense on. It does increase your skill power modifier, does help out a little bit, but it also gives you that almost 90%. And then this is another one you can use too. So these two are good to use if you wanted to. One or the other, whichever one you want, it does help. Um, Next one is going to be MP conversion is a good one to have. You can't throw that one in just yet as your starter build unless some of these are not leveled up as high. This is going to give you your skill power. It does take some MP away, so mind you that you may lose some. Okay. This one also takes your MP away, but it also gives you your skill power modifier of almost 90%. The reason we use these is because we can actually counteract them utilizing our Slayer set. If you got a bunch of MP, it's going to help and counterbalance it and make it a lot easier. With my Lepic build you previously saw in my previous video, which we can actually go to him.
This operation?
So with this perfect build, okay, not perfect build, but pretty substantial good build, you can get about 14, maybe 15 shots off. That's what I'm sitting around right now. All of my mods on here that I have are maxed out. I'm at this. I did not use a reset on this one and or this one. So you technically don't have to reset the entire character the entire time. So just, you get your two, right? I did change this one and this one. So you get your two. And then you'll have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have like 7 or 8 resets. Actually, I could just look and go right down here on your character. So I have 6 resets.
It's just
So
wiping
I've
them
reset him
all
6
out.
times from level 40. So it makes it a little easier, but yeah, so with this guy you're going to be hitting anywhere from, depending on the intercept you do, anywhere from 2 million to about, I want to say the highest I've seen is about 3.9 to 4 million, I believe. But yeah, so that's what I would recommend. You can, again, alter it a little bit, make it your own. Um, but if you get 2, maybe 3 epics into like Molten Fortress and stuff, you'll burn the boss before he even gets his immunity mechanic. So if you like the video, just like it and leave me a comment if you have any other requests for videos, if you have any questions, anything like that. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.